Sorry about that. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the greatest fictitious college football show in the world, Craig. In the world, Craig. It is your host, the Midnight Rider. This is the Gridiron. We are here. We are available. We are willing to talk. And as always, we talk about the greatest fictitious college football league in the world. It's the Sideline Junkies 24/7 college football 26 league that we're talking about. And this week, we're going to recap weeks 4 through 6. So we're not going to be here long unless one of the coaches jump on. We're going to get you in and out. We're going to get you updated. We're going to give you some scores. We don't have much this week in the way of content. We just got some scores that we're going to knock out and some information we want to give you. We do know we have a new coach that is into the league. His name is Devron Temple. I'm not sure of the team he's picked yet. Once I get that information next week, you guys will be informed of that. But I'd like to say welcome to Coach Devron Temple. As I always say, if you want the smoke, we got the cigar and the lighter. If you want to jump in. And we always here ready to go. Make it do what it do, baby. But with that being said, let's get you into the recap of the weeks that just passed. And I apologize if this is a little disjointed, but we just working on what we got, baby. We're a little short-handed today. I don't have a producer, so let's see how this works out. Week 4 starts with Texas and Sam Houston, and the score of the ball game is 25-0. Texas comes out, gets 328 total yards. Looks like they got 130 on the ground, 198 through the air. Typical Texas stuff. That's, of course, Texas is the team led now by the boss man, BJ. One of the more, I'm not going to say innovative, but one of the passing gurus of this league. And if you like passing offense, this is definitely one of the teams you want to follow. If you're not into it yet, we have a channel, YouTube channel, where all the games are played, all the coaches load up their games. I do know Coach Powell, and I think it's one other coach, they use Twitch to play their games or stream their games. But otherwise, everybody else is on YouTube. You can watch the games. Trust me, it's a great experience. I watch a lot of games that way just because I like to have some fun and just to see what the guys are doing, man. We have a great league. We have some great personalities, whether it's Coach Darnell, Coach Jimmy. I always call him Coach Angry Johns because I keep forgetting his real name. The coach of Penn State. Like those guys get in the chat, and I wish we could make the chats something a part of the show. And I'm working on that, and I'm thinking about trying to figure a way to make that happen because some of the interactions are just straight up hilarious. Darnell talking trash, Angry John's talking trash, and these guys know each other from a long time. KG will jump in, talk trash. The boss man will talk some trash. The Alabama kid don't talk trash. The Alabama kid is probably busy trying to book a helicopter to get him to his next destination. So he's too classy to talk trash. But all the other guys are in here talking trash. I know Coach Powell is trying to find his footing, so he hasn't talked trash yet. But once he gets comfortable, I know he's going to talk some trash because he talks trash to me on Mondays when I show Pretenders or Contenders. And shameless plug, let's go there right now. Shameless plug, if you're not doing anything Mondays at 7 p.m. or Mondays at 5 p.m. At 5 p.m., we got Drive Time with the guy Matty Ice, Showtime Sarah, Scooter. Occasionally we get Paul, Duval Paul, and some others to join in the show. That's our show at 5. At 7 p.m., We got contenders or pretenders. Um, that is myself and Coach Powell. Most of the time it's Coach Powell, and I'm just jumping in to help him out. We do a lot of PG County High School football talk, PG County High School sports talk. I'll get you the rest of the lineup later on, but because I was on the topic, I wanted to just hit that real quick. Back to the things at hand. Week 4, our next ball game should be Oregon and Oregon State. That's Jimmy's team. And Jimmy, of course, does Jimmy shit. Wins 30-10. Total offense looks like he had 320 on the total offense, 153 on the ground on 21 carries and 3 TDs, 167 yards through the air. If you're new to the show, I'll tell you like I always tell people, Coach Jimmy, Coach B are our passing game gurus. They do things through the air that it's just special, man. These teams just come out, they dominate, they electrify. It's one of the best things to view. Again, like I said, if you subscribe to the Sideline Junkies YouTube page, you'll get these games and you can view them. Trust me, they're like 30 minutes, and it's just fun. If you're at work, and even if you can't watch your screen, the commentary on the games are good enough that it keeps you entertained, man. It keeps you informed throughout the process of the game. The next game we're going to hit is Coach Powell, South Carolina Gamecocks. They take a L in this one, 13-12. I think Coach is trying to get his sea legs under him. He struggled early, but I can't wait to once he gets settled in. I know the creative mind that is Coach. I know the offensive mind that is Coach. So I don't see their record on here. I don't know what South Carolina's record is throughout the course of the season just yet, but I'll get that for the next episode. But just keep an eye out for South Carolina because they're one of those teams that they've got a bunch of talent. I think Coach is getting used to the gameplay and all that stuff. So I think that's where we are now. Next up on the ledger is Michigan versus Nebraska. This is the Michigan said Darnell said he was going to try to find his way and get settled into all of this. And it's pretty funny. I think he's getting settled in. I think the reason he says he needs to get settled is because he hasn't had a user game yet. And when I tell y'all the user versus user is way different from user versus computer, if you've never played the game, you won't understand what I'm saying. But user versus user requires you to react differently, requires you to have a different strategy. And I think Coach Darnell is doing what he does. Looks like he got about 235 on the ground, which is kind of normal for him. He's a heavy run guy. Looks like they got 3 TDs on the ground, 2 TDs through the air. If you missed last week's episode, last week he was talking about it. He told you got to give him a couple weeks to shake off the rust because he hasn't played in 9 months. When he told me it was 9 months, I didn't believe him at first because that didn't make sense. But yeah, he took 9 months off. He got frustrated with the game, came back. If you saw the interview last week we had with him, sounds like he's refreshed, he's renewed, he's enjoying his time. I'm glad to have him back because he's one of the best trash talkers in the league. He's one of the most entertaining people in the league, and he makes my job easy on Saturdays coming to talk to you guys. Let's see what's next on no, that's week 6. There's one more game, this game right here. I'm a little frustrated with this ball game because the CPU cheated us. We had Penn State, Oregon and the link went out, or we had technical difficulties because it was a barn burner. I watched the original game. They had to simulate this game because of um because of the computer. Basically, because the internet went out on them. I don't know who had connection issues. I don't care, but I feel cheated because this was a in live action. I watched this game and it was 21-21 or 21-20, and then the connectivity went out and they had to just go ahead and simulate this ball game. If you're a fan of this league and a fan of these two teams, you got cheated. You got cheated like hell because this was going to be a classic. I think this was in the third quarter when the connectivity went out, and it's a thing that we won't know what we don't know. But I'm gonna tell you right now, this game was going to be a barn burner. In the end, in the simulation version of this, Penn State wins 24-18. But let me tell you, folks, if you go to our YouTube channel, you will see this was going to be a barn burner. I think both teams had pick sixes or multiple pick sixes in the ball game, and that was the crazy part about it. Let's see what we got here. Josh Walker, Ben Conti, you're the best. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Matty Ice checking in. You all playing this season under 26 or still playing under 25? Maddie, we're on 26. So everybody's under college football 26. So that's why we brought back the podcast, is so the people of the world will understand that we're trying to keep this current, trying to keep it up to date, man. Teams have changed. If you missed that, I'll give you a run through of who's coaching where. I gotta we got a new guy. Actually, I don't think he's a new guy. I think Devron Temple was in the league as Texas when we first started back, and I think he jumped out and now he's coming back in. So we'll get you an update next week on where people are, who's coaching where, who's coaching what. But again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Gridiron. This is the greatest fictitious college football show in the world, Craig, in the world. Meanwhile, as I say that and I finish saying that, let's go and get ourselves back into week 5. The week 5 update should have South Carolina and Kentucky. And excuse me, because I don't have great view of my, here we go, of my pictures. So South Carolina, Kentucky. South Carolina wins 21-17. Coach Powell gets him a W this week. Looks like he has 305 yards of offense, 114 through the ground, 3 touchdowns through the air on 191 passing. South Carolina's going to be game, and I think, like I said before when I was talking about his previous game, I think once Coach gets his footing, finds his bearings, you guys got to hope that he doesn't make the playoffs, because he's one of those teams that they've got enough talent there in South Carolina where if you invite them to the dance, they're going to take over the dance. It's going to be their showtime. It's going to be their thing. With that being said, let's try to move on through the next scores of the week. And the next score should be, it's not that, for sure. That's week 6. Sorry, folks. My pictures got uploaded and they got uploaded out of order. There we go. Ohio State, Washington is the next on the ledger. Ohio sneaks one out 21-20 against Washington. If you're a real college football fan and you're watching this, I got introduced to the kid. I think his name is Damon Walker or Damon Williams. He wears number 2. He's the quarterback of Washington. When you watch this game in reality in week 5, that kid's going to be special. He's got arm talent. He's got everything. In the video game, it looks like Ohio State was able to stink out the dub, 21-20. Let's see what stats we have here. for Ohio State. That's Coach Day Day, who's also new to the league. 197 yards of total offense. Looks like he's got 1 yard on the ground. No, I'm sorry, one TD on the ground, two TDs through the air. If you guys ever get a chance to talk to Coach Day Day, Coach Day Day has a young prospect for college football as a son. His son Day Day is, I think he's a 3-star recruit. He's going to Western Kentucky. I have no doubt in my mind that when we get to college football 27, if Day Day's in the league, that's the senior Day Day. He's going to be playing with Western Kentucky instead of Ohio, just because of his kid. Looks like I got my guy in the studio. I'm gonna add him to the stage real quick. See what we got, man. Coach Bob, what's up, baby? Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Hey, not much, man. I'm just trying to do this little college football podcast, man. Had some fun. What's going on with you, man?
Hey, man, just leaving the practice field, man.
I'm gonna leave yesterday at yesterday.
Yeah, leave it there. Yep, leave it there. Yep,
but but
yep.
but college football, baby. You in South Carolina, man.
Hey, we
Um,
struggling right now.
but nah, it's early, man. And I think
Yeah.
I said it early in the comments. I think you just getting your sea legs, man.
Yeah, man. I was telling my brother, man, I was laughing with him because last year when the game came back in 25 and this year in 26, I spent the whole time playing Road to Glory.
Right.
And so now when we started the league, I that was my first time playing a full game,
Uh-huh.
controlling the whole game since NCAA 14. So I said, yeah, I had to get my feet wet, man. So it's been a little
Hold
rough,
on.
but I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
NC 14, is that the one with is that the Denard Robinson joint?
Yeah, the kid from Michigan. Yep.
Oh man, that kid, I tell everybody every time. Um, the happiest day of my life was when he graduated because he used to kill Notre Dame. He
Yeah.
had career days against us. But coach, I mean, since we're here, real quick, let's talk about it. You're getting your feet wet, you're getting used to it. Like
Uh huh.
what's the thing that you notice as in your gameplay that you're starting to figure things out and you feeling comfortable? Because I saw you won a couple, you lost a couple,
Mm-hmm.
you work your way
Me
through it.
being greedy, man, and trying to force stuff downfield. I'm throwing
Okay.
a lot of dumb interceptions, man, that shouldn't happen because I'm trying to force things, man. And the AI on this game is a little different this year.
Yeah.
Um, Defenses are playing smarter. You got to be more controlled with your passes. So I'm just getting used to that. I can run the ball with the best of them, but I get greedy sometimes, man, and try to go away from my bread and butter and trying to attack too much. So that's the thing I'm seeing right now, man. Is I got to get my passing game back situated. I got a young quarterback. He's only a sophomore, so um, and this is my first time playing with South Carolina. So I'm still getting used to them, and but yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
All right. So talk about it. The when you stopped playing in 14 because of course the game went away, and
Right.
you're here now in 26 and you're playing. Um, what made you want to play it? Like, what made you want to go instead of doing Road to Glory? You wanted to try to play, um, you know, in a league.
Man, because to be honest, I'm a GM at heart. So my favorite part of the games are the off season stuff. Um, Even with Madden, I'll skip seasons just to go get to the off season stuff, all the free agency, the draft stuff. So NCAA, the recruiting engine right now is the best part of the game to me. Um, so I was like, all right, let me get out of road to glory mode, man, and start getting back into doing the recruiting and all that stuff, man. So that's why I had to get into it. And plus, I don't know most of the guys in this league, man, but these are some of the best shit talkers I've been around. So I don't always comment in the WhatsApp group all the time, man. But I'm just sitting there listening to the messages sometimes, man, during my work day, and I'm just laughing because it's comical, man.
I would tell you, man, when you jumped in, we started. What was that? We did the Pick'em League, and week one went by, and I was at the bottom. You started talking trash to me. I was like, "Yo, coach gonna fit right in to the what's the league because
Right.
Darnell, the Penn State dude, Angry Johns, Jimmy,
Yeah, they be
BJ,
going at it, man.
they be going at it, man. It's the
Yeah.
best part of this, man. It's truly, and to be honest with you, because the way they talk trash, um, I have fun doing this show because it's just like a thing where we just pass. I'm passing on the background to everybody and
Hmm.
letting everybody understand what's going on, man. I see you
Right.
got the
Right.
Spartan shirt, yo. Just so you know, I need a white Spartans hat. I'll pay for it or whatever, but I need to get one.
I got you.
I gotta go
I
to get
got
it.
you. Yeah, don't worry about it. I got
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you.
And
Yeah, I
and,
got you.
and the hospitality side note, side of the show, when I come to Laurel, the hospitality is great, man. I love the
Oh
people
yeah.
that work at your station, your concessions. I love you people that let me in. It's always funny. And I missed you yesterday because I didn't get a chance to talk to you before game. But yo,
Uh
I
huh.
appreciate you, man.
Oh man, no problem, man. We try to take care of our people, man, and my concession ladies, man, they still saying they want to get on the show, man. So
Hey, we
we
gotta
might
get them
have to
in.
we might have to do a special show, man, where I have them and some of my dedicated parents on the show, man.
So
You
let's
know,
do this. I mean, we don't talk show stuff during other shows, but
yeah.
let's get them like a Tuesday at. Hold on, is it Tuesdays? We go at 8. No, we go at 7:45 on Tuesday.
Hmm.
Wednesday at 7. If we can make it work, we give them this special show Tuesday at 7 where they can come on and do their thing.
Yeah. So I'm just warning you now. If the FCC shut us down, then we know why, cause
Nah,
they,
dude,
they
I'm dead serious, bro.
yeah. No, I'm just here too. I'm just saying they're a group, man. I love them to death, but
Nah,
they're a
nah.
group, man.
I've been around them. I know what they are, man. They're a special group,
Look,
man.
look. One of them last night, man. She said, "Yeah, it's time for me to get on the podcast, so I can get on there and talk my shit." And and she said, "I'm gonna have the stripper pole in the background and do a little dance too." I said, "Oh shit, you ready to get a shutdown?"
For those that don't know and you aren't educated, and you can't be because I didn't introduce him correctly, this is Coach Devon Powell, Laurel High School. This is my guy. We do one of the greatest PG County shows or the best PG County show in the world, Craig. In the world, Craig. It's
In the
called
world.
Contenders and Contenders or Contenders. Um, it's Mondays at 7 p.m. We have the great opportunity to follow the drive time with Matty Ice at 5 p.m. We also have the greatness of being on the Sideline Junkies Podcast Network. Coach, I gotta finish up real quick to get us up to week
Hmm.
6, but I
Yep.
appreciate you jumping in, man.
Hey, man, no
Um,
problem, man.
anything else you need before you get out of here, man?
Nah, man. Like I said, I just wanted to jump in, man, because I know it's always the opportunity for me to come on the shows, man. But I be so busy, so when I got time to check in, I like to check in.
I appreciate you, man.
But
Anytime,
to
you know
to
how
to
we
everybody,
roll, man.
look, to everybody that's in the league, go ahead and get them games in, because I'm on the bye this week, and I'm sitting here waiting to play my next game because I think I got my rhythm going. So hurry up, play them games so we can advance and I can get to the heart of my season because I got a tough schedule coming up.
Nah, man, you got to grind, man. But I said it. If you didn't catch it when I said it earlier, I think if you get in the playoffs, you're gonna make some noise because I think you
Hmm.
figuring things out as you're going along, and that's
Yep,
one of
I'm
the
getting
worst
there.
things is
Yep.
when people figure it out. Because I think literally last year, the South Carolina team that played last year, if they got in the playoffs, they would have been in the finals because
Gotcha.
that team was humming, and it's
Yeah,
something about momentum. So, Coach, I appreciate you. I'm gonna see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. No, not
yes,
tomorrow.
indeed.
I'm sorry,
It's
Monday at
Monday,
7
Monday.
p.m.
Yeah, Monday 7.
and we're gonna do our thing, man. But I appreciate you
Yep.
jumping in with me, man.
Ain't no problem. I appreciate you, man.
All right, man. Be easy.
All right.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, that's the great Coach Powell, Laurel High School, the Spartans, home of the 300. Jumping in with us, giving us just a little love. And with that being said, we're going to just go ahead and run through the last parts of the highlights of the games that we have, actually just some of the scores, and then I'm gonna get y'all out of here because we're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time. um I don't know if y'all even saw that, but I got a lot of love for Coach. Coach does um great things. He's trying to do some great things. um the fact that he even took some time out of his day to jump in with me just this morning, I appreciate that on a high level. You guys won't understand it, but he had a tough one yesterday. Coach had a tough one with Suitland. I don't know the final score. I know when I left it was 22-0, but we're gonna talk about that Monday. So if you have time in your schedule, Monday at 7 p.m., me and Coach, we want to talk it out. We're going to do our coaches review. As always, we're going to have our guests and go through the schedule as always. But here at the Gridiron, let's try to knock out the last couple of games to get you updated on what we got going on. I think we left off at Ohio State, Washington. And again, I apologize because I'm trying to just work through some of these pictures that I have, because I didn't organize them or wasn't able to organize them the way I wanted to. So it looks like the next game in week 5 was UCLA and Penn State. UCLA and Penn State ends in Penn State winning 14-10. Penn State kills them on the ground, 159, 2 touchdowns. Again, Penn State's one of those teams that I keep telling people they're one of the Russian teams or one of the teams that like to ground and pound. We hit that one already. Let's see if this is the next picture I want. Yes, next picture I want is Wisconsin and Michigan. Michigan wins this ball game 31-3. Coach Darnell does what he's doing. Looks like Coach Darnell is finding his footing in the league. I know he took 9 months off, but he's there, or he's starting to get there. 3 touchdowns on the ground, 1 through the air. Cats are going to win in the Big Ten. If you're in the Big Ten, you won't have to worry about Coach Darnell. He's going to be a problem, man. So that's Oregon, Penn State. And it's funny that it's Oregon and Penn State because those are the 3 guys that have always talked trash a lot in the chat. I wish I could bring some of the chat info, and I'm going to see if I can talk to B, and maybe I can get some of the chat info in here on the show, because you guys will have a good time listening to these jokers talk trash to each other. Just a real quick Heisman update after week 6. Looks like Quinn Travion. Man, this is like a name from what's that sketch on Key and Peele where they talk about the names? So it looks like the leader in the Heisman race in 2025 is Haynes King of Georgia Tech, which isn't a user team. The user teams are represented at 2, 3, and 4. Quintravion Wisner from Texas is the second person on this. Number 3 is Justice Haynes from Michigan. If you were paying attention to the league last year, Mr. Haynes was at Alabama and he transferred out to Michigan. And then Mekhi Hughes for Oregon is the fourth person on this list. So 2, 3, and 4 represent the league itself. And let me see if I can get our top 25 on here. All right, so the top 25 after week 6. User teams, and this is user teams only because we only talk about what we represent. Number 1 is Penn State. Number 2 is Texas. Number 6 is Ohio State. Number 8 is Oregon. Number 9 is Michigan. Let's see if there's another user in here. Nope, I think that's all the user teams that are on here. If I missed you, I apologize. But we're at about that time where um, people say we don't do no overtime. But first and foremost, let me do some things. Let me check the comments, make sure I didn't miss anybody's comment. And if I did, I want to recognize it. Let's see, that's Maddie. I already talked about that. This one, my kid hasn't downloaded 26 yet. Can you just let me know how bad Kent State is on it? They have the lowest of the FBCU schools or whatever it's called. Maddie, to be honest with you, I don't have the game yet. So I'm just going off the fellas. They let me know everything that's going on. I apologize, but because I'm supposed to be participating in the league once I get my version or my game on the system. So it's going to be a little bit interesting when I have to break down when I lose a ball game or I win a ball game. But yeah, Coach Powell said tough is an understatement, laughing on loud. Coach, I know what you're doing, man. Um, I know I'm gonna have the same growing pains that you have because you haven't been on the stick since 2014. The game is totally different now. Um, it's special. But with all that being said, this is one of the greatest. I'm sorry, I keep saying one of, like there's something out there to contend with us. This is the greatest fictitious college football show in the world, Craig. It is called the Gridiron, where we break down college football 26 in the Sideline Junkies Podcast Network. I'm out of not town. I'm out of town. Um, for those that contributed, Matty Ice, Coach Powell, um, Josh Walker, everybody else, for the people that are just watching, just because they know what we do as a network, we appreciate it. Please come back next week at 11:30. Let's have some fun. Enjoy the league. If you haven't joined yet and you want that smoke, just remember, we got the cigar and the lighter. Let's make it happen. I am the Midnight Rider. This is the Sideline Junkies Podcast Network. This is the show, The Gridiron, where we talk about our league on college football 26. If you don't know, then you know, baby. But this is what we do. And if you want the smoke, we got the cigar and the lighter. Jump in, and we're going to have some fun. And with all that being said, thank you for watching. Thank you for enjoying. Thank you for just being a part of this entertainment production that we do. Because we do what we do. And like I tell people, we do dope shit. Have a great